Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the FSLabs A320, the non-sharklet CFM version, and we are flying for Fly UK, and specifically their Top of Sky subsidiary that mainly flies in Australia and New Zealand. And I just realized I do fly a lot of my Fly UK flights with the Top of Sky subsidiary, so maybe I should rename it for the YouTube clips, but I'm strict with the naming convention, so I'll keep it Fly UK. But yeah, and I guess that's technically correct, since that's the virtual airline that I am flying for when I fly Top of Sky. And we are here at Wellington. As you can see, funnily enough, we have some planes that have spawned onto the static ones. I really need to remove static aircraft. I hate when you get that kind of a conflict, right? But oh well, not the end of the world. I think I flew from Wellington the last time as well, potentially. Not 100% sure, but could be. There we have another Top of Sky coming in for landing. I did tweak it up to 100% the AI traffic, both on the ones inserted with AIG as well as the one from the BGL files, aka the virtual airline files that I've created myself or combined. As you can see, we're just doing a bit of a walk around, having a look at the plane. Most things look fine enough. Here's the refueling place. Maybe not the prettiest there, but it's still a quite pretty aircraft, this FSLabs A320. What can I do here? Warning outflow wall. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And most things are looking good. We're not seeing any cracks, anything out of the ordinary. The engine looks good, so that's good news. And we can therefore jump and switch our views a bit. We can keep this as our exterior view, but we'll jump into the cockpit. That plane isn't really following the normal procedures. I do wonder if there is an updated AFCAD file for this airport. That could be what's causing this kind of weird behavior. Where are you gonna park? Please don't park on my spot. For the love of God, don't. It's not looking good thus far. It's crashing straight into us. But oh well, we'll let it have its fun. We'll probably soon see it in the cockpit as well. Yeah, okay. It's kind of just driving through us. But okay, on a more serious note, we're flying to Hamilton from Wellington. As the first step, we'll start the batteries, connect the external power, put these to nav, do the fuel pumps, and after that we'll arm the emergency lights, do the no smoking, cruise supply, ground control. And things are looking good, so that's nice. Nav and logo lights, strobe to auto. We have the self-test in progress. Let's have a look at the viewpoints from within the plane itself. Yeah, okay, pretty okay ones, but that one was a bit off. And we also have the MCDUs that we will want to start, or at least brighten up. Okay, things are coming online. We'll use the iPad for the FMC. I couldn't find charts for Hamilton, so that was a bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world. First things first, we want to do the Atsu menu. And I think before we can actually do that, we need to... Well, first off, I'll need to tweak, because I have so much stuff open, a lot of junk browsers. And we don't need that crew page. And we just need to refresh this one. And then create SimBrief profile. I think we are now on kilos with these ones, because that's what we get the Fly UK numbers in. But let's see if we are. We can actually double check that, I just realized, by going back to the main menu, to the options, and then units. So we're on pounds. We can switch to kilos. I think this only saves it for this specific aircraft. So it should be fine, but we'll know soon enough. I'm gonna go to dispatch and make sure we have a flight plan, which we do in kilos. Surprise, surprise. In it, we'll request the advisory. We can put these on while we wait. Hopefully we can get the boarding started soon enough. We got the details. They are looking appropriate. We can go back. We can go to the OFP. Clear the standard time. Have a look. Block fuel in kilos should be 4,536, while the zero fuel weight should be 523. So all of this is looking good. We can send the data, and we can wait for that to arrive so we can do the boarding. We can also request the departure ATIS, since we do have some time. It's nasty weather out here, but that's no big surprise, to be honest. I wonder where that plane parked at the end of the day, because it just went through us and then it... I have no clue. Maybe that one? But yeah, that was a plane on a mission. Nothing was stopping it. And that's interesting. A lot of the Pilatus aircrafts. What do we have? Do we have any long haul? No long hauls. Okay, so let's get down back to our plane. I'm back inside. One thing we want to check is our flight plan. And we can just check the SIGMET. We do have a CB warning, so let's see. I hope it's going away from us, but it looks like it's coming in, so there's a risk actually of some naughty, or sorry, nasty weather. That's what I meant to say. I assume weather can't be naughty, it can only be nasty. Okay, and we are gonna be flying at a flight level of 33,000. Okay, so that could hit us. What's that, like 310? Okay, good to know. Let's have a look at the VX for the broken at 14. No VX data for Hamilton, but here we have some scattered at 050. Is it becoming 0 broken at 004? Could be some really nasty weather on the horizon, but let's see. Hopefully not. We got a message, just general inputs. We can return no ATIS information available, but we did get the load sheet, and it is looking correct. We got the data, so we can accept the load sheet. We can then go to next, which is the boarding. We can also prepare our Pack X tool to get the boarding done smoothly. Flight number, we'll just use the normal one. It's not gonna be a very long flight, it's a shorter flight than Auckland. In terms of packs, we should have 112, so we're not talking about a huge amount of passengers. So let's put the right number. We are Wi-Fi equipped. Do we have any boarding music for Fly UK? I think so. And we do, I think, also have the Fly UK safety. So let's start that. And let's ask for board now. And request. And let's see on the connection side. Did it request that? Okay, let's see. It's not always. Okay, now we're getting the boarding requested. So it should all be good. We're getting the vehicles from GSX driving up to put in the luggage. And I'm gonna assume the doors will start opening. We don't need the pushback tag. Do you want to board crew? No need to board crew, we're already on board. Forward cargo and aft cargo is opening. So that's good. Let's see with the forward door, assuming we'll get that at some point as well. We'll be ready to start populating the FMC with more. With the data. I'm just gonna see if I can place my iPad in a good way somehow. Do we have anything that could block it? Maybe my phone can keep it still. Maybe it's easier to keep it laying down actually. Not easy when you have too much hardware slash software to maintain. Since we have the boarding process going on, I think what makes most sense actually is to and actually look at that. Is that the wind? Yeah, it's really nasty weather, and the reason I know it is because when I'm zooming in I'm getting lag, so we don't want to go that direction. Which we aren't, but yeah, let's see. That's the only problem with the Rex. It does really nicely, the storms, but they are just very heavy on the frames. So what we'll do is go to Airbus. We're flying for Fly UK, so we can save that. So Skyways, we can load the flight plan by importing it from SimBrief. And I'm gonna quickly show you the flight plan. So we have the bad weather here coming in. It's not a long flight, right? Auckland is here, so it's quite a bit shorter. A very nice kind of flight, you know, up and down. We're landing on, we're taking off from runway 34, landing at 36 right. All of that is aligned with our flight plan. Uploader 1 right, correct. Kick 2, yeah, all of that is also aligned. We should have an ILS. We do not. Okay, that makes things a bit more interesting. I guess you can't do out of land with RNAV. We are coming in from Gunda, so let's see if this one has Buden. If we go back to the Zulu one, to Gunda direct vectors. Okay, we're not gonna do that one. We'll do the RNAV Zulu Gunda one. So that is a vector one, but it's should be fine. As you can see, kind of straight in approach. We'll validate, we'll file, and then we'll connect to the sim. But yeah, really atrocious weather, not the nicest to fly. This will be a truly, I assume, a lot of IFR conditions. But let's see. Maybe it will clear up just in front of that storm cell. Okay, we'll go arc on that one.
Wellington International Airport information Victor 830 local wind.
We don't need to listen to the 80s. What we do, however, need to find the ground clearance, which is 128.
Arriving and departing runway 34.
That is interesting though.
Wellington International Airport automated weather observation 830
because
local
it's
winds.
saying we're not getting any. Let me check actually. Skyways 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Yeah, there's nothing here. Let me go to ground. 1219. We can keep the 80s separately at 1269. Skyways 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Skyways 4003
And while we wait for that, we can
November climb via the Upload 1 Romeo departure
check the data.
Cappy transition, then is filed. Expect departure runway 34.
34.
Climb to 8,000 feet via the departure.
8,000 feet.
2 minutes after departure.
So
Wellington
not a super high
approach
clearance.
On 122.3.
Squawk.
Squawk 5456.
5456. I'm gonna put it on. I know it's too early, but I'll forget about it otherwise.
Cleared to November Zulu Hotel. November climb via the Uploop 1 Romeo departure with the Captain transition.
I'm gonna put on these lights just because.
Via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
Because it's
Wellington
quite
International
dark
approach
when it's
on
raining like this.
122.3. Squawk 5456.
So that should help us to see all the buttons.
Read back correct QNH is 1020. Let us know when you're ready for pushback.
We can put this one on the
QNH is
flight plan.
1020 Skyways 400.
Let me see times and weights. So I just need this to check the zero fuel. We're looking at 52.3. Yeah, and then the zero fuel CG is 29.8. So I'm gonna put that. We're talking block fuel of 4.6. Sounds like a very small number, but it's in kilos, not in pounds. So that's the difference from our other flights. It's only with Fly UK I fly with kilos, just because their system forces it upon me. But let's see. I guess it's just that kind of thing to get used to. I got used to pounds when I was flying, so then I always use that. Flight plan, I guess, is the next. We got the clearance to fly with the Uploop 1 Romeo departure with a transition, so we're gonna do 3-4, and we are doing the uplap 1 right, or R. Roger. Let me see, and we're doing the CAPT transition, right? So that one, so we can insert that. We have the rest of the flight plan, if I'm not mistaken. So what we just need to add now is the approach info, which was the kicked to. And we're flying the RNAV 236, so the Zulu one. We're flying the kicked 2D, and let me actually check if so we're coming in from HN. Yes, we want to have that transition, but we're not gonna have any via. So we can insert that. So we should have a small discontinuity just at the end. But let's see. Oh, it starts much earlier than I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how this, how they're gonna kind of get us vectored in, since it's an RNAV approach, but okay, let's see. Okay, so 1020. Let's put in that data into the plane. 1020. I should just connect these so I don't have to do it for all of them. It's just too much of a hassle. Some things we didn't do was try the oxygen. Yeah, that works. We didn't do the fire tests either, right? Just making sure those are working. What's this one? Cargo smoke? I don't think I've ever done that one. Yeah, I didn't even know that existed, so that's a first. Did I mess with it too much now? Hopefully we won't hear it all the time. We can put that on arc as well, lower the range. We're now looking at the performance one, so that's the last step we have in our preparation. And in order to do that one, we need to do the takeoff manual. And this one is not connected to the pad, so I'll have to do it myself. We can listen in quickly just to make sure the ADIS is correct here.
Visibility 6 miles in light rain. 1,400 broken. 1,900 broken. 3,800 overcast.
God, a lot of layers.
Temperature 12.
Temperature 12, 2.10.
Current QNH is 1020.
And it's definitely not
Arriving
dry.
and departing runway 34. Wellington International Airport automated weather observation 830 local winds are 357 at 19 knots. Visibility 6 miles in light rain.
5.7. Okay, so there's been a change.
1,400 broken. 1,900
Or potentially a change.
3,008.
Okay, let's calculate and see if we can get away from here. Okay, so we're gonna go on a high flap setting. It's a short runway. You can't get those really large planes landing here unless they have unless they have or actually you can get them landing here, but you can't get them take off from here. So usually they do like they fly to Auckland and then they take off for their destination. Okay, so we can put in this data. We know it's 121, so I'm putting it in on my FMC on my iPad. 121, 124. So quite low numbers, but that's fine. 3 flaps with a 0.2, sorry, with a downer. So 3 down, 0.2. Flex temp 67, so we're still doing flex. And now we have that populated. And based on that we are ready. So we have everything set up. We're becoming very efficient with this now. We are gonna start the APU. We'll do the master switch first. Maybe a low pack flow. Let's wait for that APU to pop on. You can jump out. I guess the only thing I didn't check was the takeoff weight. So we're going 56.7, and I'm gonna guess that the weights might be a bit lower. 56.6, okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is just the A cars. Nothing to tweak there. Anything else that we need to do? Not that I can figure out. Oh yeah, the APU. That was what we were. But apart from the APU, with the beacon lights on, a nice dash 300 maybe, Q300. I think we can see the red light here beneath. Yeah, it's up and about. Let's see what viewpoints we have. The sound environment for the FSLabs is just amazing. They've done a really good job. Maybe we can keep this for the pushback. Skyways 4003, ready for pushback.
Skyways 4003 pushback.
We can do the APU bleed. We
Pushback
can
approved,
disconnect
Skyways.
the external
400.
power. And the gate is closed. We can disconnect the GPU. I'm gonna check pack X as well, if we can maybe get that one expedited. And actually I'm gonna change back, because I want to see that that GPU gets removed. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, and another plane coming for landing. But I think that's our guy, so he's gonna help us. Now that's cool with these also having wipers. Talking about that, we can add our own wipers into action. I heard that this rain repellent actually is supposed to help a bit, but I'm not sure if it's simulated. Okay, so he's removing the GPU.
The door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already,
Still have the jetway connected, so let's remember that. Let's do a public address.
This is your first officer speaking. Welcome on board our flight. We'll be departing soon and we're aiming for a smooth flight. Thanks for flying. We'll keep you informed of any changes as they happen.
Let's undock the jetway. We might have to close the cabin door, I realized. You can request pushback. And this guy will take us forward. Or backwards, actually. Something is looking off with this. Let me see the flight plan. We're gonna fly to Laxev. That's interesting. Why does it want us to do a pirouette? Doesn't really matter. We can fix that with direct in worst case. Okay, we're gonna get a pushback. Fuel predictions once we land is 2.6, 42 minutes of travel time. So that's fine, I assume.
for push and tail approved by Charlie and Delta. Locking gear.
Locking gear. Okay, we are ready to get going. Let's remove these handles so that they don't cover anything important. We can unlock the door. And I think we're generally ready. We have started our recording. We are at the Fly UK Skytrack. And we can do nose right. So we're taking off from runway 34. All engines clear. We'll start with engine number 1 first, as that's the new way to do it. Hopefully it doesn't push us somewhere really weird.
Ground, g'day, bottom 423, I'm fucking air to Innisfail 3PRD.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration.
Ah, we have another plane coming in for landing. That looks like an Air New Zealand actually. God, what it's lagging when I zoom in.
It is important that you pay attention and follow instructions carefully. First, check your seat belt is securely fastened. Insert the metal tag into the buckle and tighten by pulling.
Let's have a look at the map. This one is going to give us a bit of an indication what we're looking at in terms of weather. I hope.
You'll find the seat belt sign in the panel above your head. When it is on, you must fasten your seat belt.
Oh, that's good. You can see this information.
Belts for infants. We suggest you keep
Skyways 4003, ready to taxi.
even when the sign is off.
Skyways 4003 taxi to runway 34.
Okay.
Take it out on the
Taxi to
container,
runway
place it over
tree
your head.
4 Skyways 4003.
Untie them. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start. Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Oh, another one of these Toppa skies.
In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to
Did that really not hit us? That's yeah, that was a close one. Damn.
brace, brace.
But it's probably gonna taxi some. No, it's turning. Okay, good. No, no. That's the grass. I wonder where it came from. And these two doesn't seem to have moved. Or maybe they've been switched.
Emergency lighting, including floor level
Okay,
lighting, help you find your way to the exits.
we now have both engines available. That's good. Stabilizing a bit.
Two exits at the rear of the aircraft.
That's on low.
At the front, cabin section. Your crew will now point out exits nearest to you.
You can shut the APU bleed. Taxi lights, runway turn off lights. Seatbelt sign should have been on. Small mistake on my end. They didn't give us any specific taxi route, so maybe we can either turn and then go straight. Turning might be nicest. Okay, we're done there. We can go to max. Flaps are going to be important here. We're going flaps 3. We're going to arm the speed brake. We will need to use the weather radar, and we'll need to use the terrain, because there is some hills around here. The APU can be shut, and we are ready. Quick look maybe at these just to make sure from a flight sim perspective that it is working, and it does seem to be working. Everything else is set correctly. Releasing parking brake. And we are moving. And we wanted to turn, right? We don't want to listen to another safety briefing. We can be prepared for Norman to call us. Let's put that on. Left we have that one, but right is clear. We can increase our speed soon, but no mega rush.
Ground tower on 118.8.
Tower on 118.8 Skyways 4003.
If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We would like to thank you for choosing Fly UK. We hope have a relaxed and enjoyable
Okay,
flight.
let's add a bit of thrust for the taxiing. Check the takeoff config. That didn't stick. Takeoff normal.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
Okay, looking good. We're gonna zoom out a bit. We already got tower handover, so let's ask for takeoff soon enough. I really like how you can see kind of the rain on the ground. So this is one of the flight beam airports, and they are very well made.
That's cabin secure for takeoff.
And there we got Norman calling us. So we'll be braking. Skyways 4003, ready for takeoff.
Skyways 4003 pushback approved.
No, pushback.
Pushback approved Skyways 4003.
Skyways 4003, ready for takeoff.
Skyways 4003 winds are 357 at 19 knots.
And look at that
Runway
terrain
24
radar.
cleared for
Very
takeoff,
nice.
squawk 5456.
You can already see some nasty weather here. Green, luckily,
Runway
but
tree 4 cleared for takeoff.
not the best.
5456 Skyways 4003.
Okay, we have a plane coming in for landings. We gotta be a bit fast. Or a bit faster than usual. Everything else is set up correctly. Speed brakes. Well, this one I guess can be norm. Flaps are correctly set, etc. Lights are correctly set, unless we want to put something more. But generally it's looking good. The only thing we have to keep in mind is the plane coming in for landing, so we gotta be a bit quicker than usual. Oh, one thing, chrono, forgot that. Should have put it on long ago. So we're gonna line up. I don't know why that plane hasn't taken off yet, but it's seemingly having some issues. And we do want to take off, so please do something. Are you gonna take off, or are you... This is why I hate AI aircraft. Look at the effects here as well, that's very cool. Okay, we are gonna kill it for the time being. Sorry about that. Okay, let's push up the throttles, see that they stabilize. Yeah, looking good. Man flex, SRS, and runway. Let's hope we make this. Okay. Hopefully it's not too slippery on this runway. Okay. 100 knots. Rotate. Look at that. That's speedy. That's really quick. Positive rate. Does it really want us to fly like a circle? I mean, if that's what they want, we'll do that. Okay, gear is up. You can go flaps 2.
Skyways 4003 climb and maintain flight level 150, contact Wellington International approach on
Flaps 1.
122.3.
Can shut these lights.
Climb and maintain flight level 150.
And to be nice to our
on 122.3
brethren,
Skyways
Topaz Skies.
4003.
Oh, what the hell?
Approach Skyways 400.
Oh, the
Climb
reload.
Flight level 150.
Ah, I should never have done that. That was
Skyways
really dumb of me.
400. 3 good morning.
Okay, let's see if we can get this back.
Climb set.
Okay, climb set. AP can be off. Why are we not getting... we need to continue climbing. Huh. This is odd. Did we reset the nav systems or something?
Skyways 400. 3 contact New Zealand Center on 119.2.
Lever
Center
climb.
on 119.2 Skyways 4003.
Okay, let's see. Still no luck.
Center Skyways 400. 3 climbing to flight level 150.
Skyways 4003, good morning.
One 150. I'm still not too happy with this. We are flying kind of blind. So I'm gonna try to go with AP. Okay. Nav. Okay, now we have it all kind of coming back together. Okay, good. We have lever asymmetry. Still no flight director. Ugh. There we go. Flight director reset. There we go. Okay. Oh, we were able to fix that. Would have been a bit of a bummer otherwise. Sorry about. We're above 10,000 feet. The weather is looking good up here. And on the bright side, I think we were able to avoid dying, so that's good, or at least having our passengers die. Got a bit scared there. Let me see when I clear. We don't need to arm the spoilers. We can keep that on VNAV.
Skyways 4003, climb and maintain flight level 230.
That became more stressful than I thought.
Climb and maintain flight level 230 Skyways 4003.
And let's so I really like hand flying this aircraft on the departure. That was a bit of a bummer. Okay, it looks kind of fine here, the weather. I mean, there wasn't any... There was only an overcast, right? But let's see once we get closer and closer to Hamilton how it's gonna look. We got higher clearance now, 230. Lights are off. We can go to pack flow normal. We can make sure that we have all these windows closed. We've had those issues in the past where we get pressurization error. We can already do medium brake for landing. Save us a bit of thinking, processing time for the future. And we'll continue flying. But yeah, very interesting kind of when you have like everything go out. And I mean, it was just my own fault since I wanted to add back the AI traffic. Not really sure why I am not. I doubt there will be much AI traffic at Hamilton, but it's always cool seeing some fly by. Yeah, look at this bird. I really like this livery. The Fly UK one is good as well, but this one is just very nice. Okay, let's have a look here now. How is it looking? It's looking okay. We have some ways to go to our top of climb, so that's good. We can put the autopilot on. It's about time. We can put the rest of the climb. For landing, let's start preparing that already. And I'm actually gonna keep the view on this one while I on my iPad have the FMC open. Should let me just check that they are aligned. Now they're aligned. So not imminent, but the performance page. We have the landing one, or the approach. For the landing we're going let me see, 3-6 right, sorry. And then we're going for this ICAO code, 3-6 right. Okay, is this the info we have? We're not gonna go with actual landing weight, but I'm gonna check here. So 358 at 3, that's fine. Temperature 5, 125, few at 10,000 feet. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm only wondering about the landing weight, 54.8. And let me see that we get the right one again. Okay, 3-6 right. I think it's gonna be drive 54.8, wasn't it? Now I became uncertain. I don't want to change again.
Skyways 4003
Yeah,
climb.
54.8.
Flight level 330.
Dry, type
We
normal,
maintain flight level
129.
30 Skyways, 4003.
Yeah, looks good. And we can, yeah, we can confirm we have the same WAP already. QNH we do though. We will though want to add, so 1025 for the QNH, temperature of 5 degrees plus, so it's definitely not summer here anymore. Climb and maintain flight level 330, we're already doing that. 29 minutes to go. Wind, what was that, like 3.5 something? 351 at, oh no, this is here, we want to do the 358 at 3, 358 at 3. And the question is now about the barrow. And the only way I can check that is by using ChartFox, because I don't have any other way of checking this. So we're flying to 3-6 right. They can't show it in the app, but they should have the approach charts readily available separately. So I was able to at least find this one. This just seems to be the VR one though. So, oh wait, actually we do have the Zulu one. It's a different one. I'm gonna show you. Here we go. So Zulu. I guess this is with the Booten. Let me see. Oh no, that's the missed approach. This is for 18. Oh, we need the Zulu one. 3-6. Here we go. Barrow with LNAV, VNAV. Are we a C rated plane or maybe C 490? Let's be more on the safe side. So 490 Barrow. Good, we can keep this open on this side. Because what's the missed approach? That's just going straight ahead. So max 220 knots, track 355 to Tulu, fly over, turn left direct to HN, VOR, hold 3000. Okay, okay, now we're talking. Outside it's looking good, overcast, so not the best weather, that's for sure. We're soon at our cruise altitude. 26 minutes to go, 89 nautical miles, so this will be a very short flight, which is good, that's what we want. And we won't need actually, I'm gonna check the fuel prediction. Well, now it's 2.7 estimated fuel on board for the landing. We'll land, yeah, on time, so that's good. Let me see if I can. I don't need to be connected anymore, so there's no point in me using the iPad for the FMC. Most of the FMC stuff is already done. So let's have a look at airline news. Has there been any new orders, etc.? Let me see. Parish Air Show orders. Starlux orders more A350s. So 148 firm orders plus 102 provisional orders. Air Asia is looking to buy more A220s or E2 regional jets. SkyWest is ordering more E175s. Yeah, not much else going on in the world. A lot about, well, mainly the Israel-Iran attacks, etc. And what Trump is gonna do. Yeah, nothing more on the airlines.
On a 642, speed after rivet 250 knots till 10,000, descend to 10,000 feet on QNH 1020. Send to 10,000 and now 250 from rivet to 10,000 close to 642. Right under heading 170, I'll push you down 1,000 feet in a moment. Right heading 170, quarter 791.
So no interesting airline news. No new planes announced, etc. Let's have a look though at the A350. What's the status there? 658 delivered with 1,391 orders, 733 remaining. So more remaining than delivered.
For the RNAV
Well, that's
Zulu approach
reasonable.
to runway 36 right at Hamilton Airport.
What about the 777X then?
Expect the Kick 2 Delta arrival with the HN transition for the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 36 right skyways 4003.
Oh, it doesn't have that many. Emirates has a few for this 777-8. Same with Etihad. Or I mean, it's not few, right? It's about 541 in total, with options around 141, or in total 169. Emirates has ordered 205 of these. Jesus Christ, and Qatar 124. The question is, are these replacing the A340? Let's have a look. So for Qatar, they're definitely replacing the, sorry, not the A340, the A380. Definitely adding on top of their existing 777s and replacing those. Emirates is definitely replacing all of their 777s. Oh, and they're gonna get some 787s as well. I didn't know that actually. That's interesting. I thought they had 787s, but apparently not. Well, that's cool. Okay, we'll soon we start descending. Let's have a look if we are. We're still on New Zealand control. 143 nautical miles to go. I think it's the God Zone 3 where for FSX that we're using, something like that. It's pretty good looking, the Hamilton airport. So it's gonna be nice to see how it looks. It's gonna see quite variety in the clouds, mainly cumulus I think. No indication of any nasty weather. But we're still quite a long way from the... And I'm actually gonna check windy. Windy can be quite good at this.
Skyways 4003 descend to cross Hamilton at or above 6,600 feet, then descend via the Kick 2
Actually,
Delta
it looks
arrival
okay.
with the HN transition to cross Gunda at or above 3,500 feet. QNH is 1020 at Hamilton Airport.
Let's have a look
cross
here.
Hamilton at or above 6,600 feet, then descend via the Kick 2 Delta arrival with the HN transition to cross Gunda at or above 3,500 feet. QNH is 1020 skyways 4003.
What's that sound? Sound like a bit of turbulence. $3,500. And that's okay. We should be at 2,500 though for the landing. We can see other aircrafts here flying near us. A320s, etc. Don't think we can see a single one of those. They are a bit further away. Silent. And we can see their speed, but can we see their altitude 270? So it's flying quite a bit lower than us, which probably explains why we won't be able to see it. And we're coming up on our top of descent. So let's be prepared for that. As I have some extra time here, I'm just gonna start working on my... Actually, I'm gonna check if it's nicer to maybe do it something like this, right? Looks really good with the kind of shadow effects from the clouds. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's gonna work perfect. I mean, look at those. Yeah, the ground looks really good actually from afar in P3D. Okay, we can keep as is. I'm gonna go into paint, work on the thumbnail.
Velocity 853, descend to flight level 19 0. Flight level 19 0, velocity 853.
Okay, what do we need? We need to add the P3D logo. I haven't flown X-Plane in a long time now, I just realized. But I really haven't had any feel for X-Plane. I mean, it's amazing with the weather and stuff, but I just haven't felt like flying it. So then, yeah, I guess that's why we haven't. But I guess it was also with the bugs. I know the release candidate has said that it's fixed quite a bit of the bugs, so it should be fine. But I'll definitely fly it more. I've just been lazy. Okay, let's see, fly UK, we need the logo.
Order 791, track to Darrell, then to Rivet 3, arrival runway 34 left. Darrell, Rivet 3, 34 left, copy 791.
Okay, fly UK, inserted. P3D logo, inserted. And now we just need to add the correct info. Let's have a look at, yeah, this is how the previous one I used looked. Oh, and we need to start descending, I just realized. Awkward. Not the end of the world. You live and you learn. Okay, so we're flying UK, A320. We're flying from Wellington to Hamilton. Okay, there we go. Now we have the thumbnail ready. Something, we can close these ones. Something along these lines. Should work. I'm not into do the best ones. As long as it works, it's fine by me. Okay. So, what's the status now? We are descending. One thing we do want to check actually now I realize is the progression. We did start a bit behind, so we're a bit above, but not by much. We have sufficient amount of, we have over 100 nautical miles, so we're not gonna run out of distance. 15 minutes to go.
Reported 260 down to 210.
Do they have a tracker on the Fly UK? Let me see. Flight search. I'm pretty sure here, Skytrack, live flights. So yeah, my flight is here, someone else is flying top of sky. I'll just show you what we have here. So we have mine, then we have David Campbell flying here, Chris Sugg flying over there. I love the smaller planes, which I can imagine also being quite fun. This is flight 2, so the Max, A321, Q400, A320. Yeah, I tried to talk on their Discord about keeping some of the legacy ones, but to no avail, unfortunately. It's not always easy. Just feels like a lot of airlines, virtual ones, are thinking so kind of funneled thinking, you know, it's just A320s and 737s, or some other modern derivative. Talking about that, I haven't flown the CRJ in a while. That could be fun. It's not a bad aircraft, the MP3D. Actually, I like this one for... Let me have a look. Captain view. Oh, it was kind of the same that I had. Are we seeing any nasty weather at all, or are we fine? Does this align with the flight plan we have? Or did I pick the wrong one? That would just be great. 'Cause it doesn't look to align completely. We're supposed to fly kind of okay, we're supposed to fly directly to the airport and then do kind of a circle approach. I'm assuming that's what we're seeing here. So 2 and then circle and then come into for landing. So that's what's gonna take some extra time, otherwise this would be quickly over. I think it was 1025. Yeah, here we can see the nasty weather. We're quite in the clear luckily, so should be a problem. 1025. I'm gonna put that on the backup. And then I'll wait before we change the altimeter on the main one. Okay. Okay. What is going on? We are descending. It's looking good. We're soon at 10,000 feet. So let's be prepped for that. I'm quickly gonna just change the views because I just want to get an overview. Yeah, looking good. Looking very nice actually.
12556, just want to keep you above another parachute jumper. If you could descend please, flight of 160.
Let's keep the camera on this angle. Don't think there's any kind of weird hills around us. What's the altitude of the airport? It's 164, so not that high. There's a few smaller hills to the northwest of the airport. Well, around 300 feet. To the east there's a few tops at 1,300. You can see here, right, some of these small hilltops. In terms of transition altitude, I don't seem to have any info on that.
Skyways 4003, you are off course. Turn right to heading 080 to return to course.
Heading 080 Skyways 4003.
That doesn't make any sense. What they just said. We're basically right on course. I'll prove it to you even. I don't know anymore. I've given up. The piloted C works usually, and that's good enough. We did get the altimeter already, but then they said it was 1020, which I am a bit questioning. I'm gonna change to 125 just so we have that set. We can also add the landing lights and put the seatbelt signs on again. I'm hoping to have a better landing than we had with the iFly Max. Was it yesterday?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside.
Skyways
Here we can see these look really nice, these clouds. Less nice.
125.3.
Less nice. So yeah, 2D clouds is always a bit of hit and miss.
125.3 Skyways 400.
The crazy part, at this kind of angles they don't look so 2D, so that's pretty cool. The ice deceives us.
Approach Skyways 4003, descending via the Kick 2D arrival with the HN transition to 3,500 feet.
And we want to get down to 2,500 at least eventually. Okay, we have the landing system on. Had it for a long time actually. Approach, we can select that kind of just at the end. Was there any specific setting?
Slow to 250 knots or less.
No. Okay, we are slowing down, so that's good. Only 35 nautical miles left, 7 minutes. So this is gonna be... This is not gonna take long at all. At least not in these speeds. Okay, we're still descending. Have we gotten any requests to use... We're still a bit above with the vertical. Let me see if I add a bit of speed brake, that might help. We'll do medium. I didn't check that actually in the calculation. The auto brake. Do you have to select that? I guess not. Oh no. Goddamn EFB.
Skyways 4003.
Wait,
you
I'm
are
gonna
off course.
quickly pause
Turn left
here.
to head.
There we go. So I was able to quickly set it all up again. And we're now continuing to descend towards our destination. very annoying when that happens. That's why I've always been quite of a non-fan of the EFBs. They always make my sim crash. Well, not always, very rarely, but it does happen. Seen it happen with the PMDG and now also with the FSLabs one. Probably has happened before with the FSLabs one. I just can't recall it as of now.
Flaps 1.
Let me see. I'm gonna go. We actually don't need to go flaps 1. That was a bit too early. I just wanna arm the speed brake. Everything else should be kind of set up correctly now. And we're kind of flying this final. Let me see if we can see it on the map. But we're flying this the final route or the final approach. And let me see, 119. And we are not gonna have the ATC. I didn't want to bother setting that up. So we're just gonna have some ambient sounds from the back. Or from pilot to ATC. Well, let's see. I got the A cars. Oh,
expect the Kick 2 Delta arrival with the
look at
HN
that.
transition with vectors for the RNAV Yankee approach to runway 18 left at Hamilton Airport.
No, that kicked
Expect the Kick
that
2
went
Delta
alive.
arrival with the HN transition with vectors for the RNAV Yankee approach to runway 18 left skyways 4003.
Why 18 left though?
Skyways 4003 turn right to heading 330 vectors to the RNAV approach for runway
I guess they
18
have
left
the
at Hamilton
ability
Airport
to
climb,
change, right?
and maintain 6,200 feet contact bay approach on 125.3.
We're not gonna change
Turn
now.
right to heading 330 vectors.
But it's cool to see that it kind of can pick up.
18 left climb and maintain 6,200 feet approach on 125.3 skyways 4003.
Not sure why they want
Skyways
to.
40.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet approach on 125.3 skyways 4003. Approach skyways 4003.
Okay, we're descending. It's looking okay. I'm gonna add the runway turnover and nose lights.
Good morning.
No, not that voice. I thought I got rid of it.
Squawk 5.
Something's going on. I'm losing all these voices.
4003.
Skyways 4003 turn to heading 330.
This is Microsoft Ava Multilingual Online. I will be one of your random voices.
This is Microsoft Eric Online. I will be one of your random voices.
No clue what's going on with those voice packages. I'm actually gonna close pilot to ADC and not have that, even though I do like the ambience, and that was my hope to have that, but yeah, not really worth messing about with it at this late stage. So as you can see, we have a very nice approach. This is not my own photoreal. This is the one that's included, I think, in the Godzone Hamilton. I think it's the Godzone one. So it's okay, not that good up close, but it's there's more autogen, etc. Not everywhere, of course, but pretty good coverage, generally speaking. I'm gonna add flaps 1 now for the landing and just double check everything. Let's see.
Hi, it's Norman. Yep, that's the cabin secure for landing. See you on the ground, bye.
Okay, cabin is secure for landing. We're flaps 1, speed brakes, that should be on norm. We have that, but it should be on below. Auto brake medium. We've set up everything here on the FMC again. It's looking good. We could technically, and let me see. Could kickstart the approach. I'm gonna go flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
We can see the runway in front of us. I'm gonna add gear down. But yeah, a bit annoying that we had to restart. It always kind of takes you out of the flow, particularly when you've had a nice, well, nice flight in quotations, right? We had the hiccup at the beginning as well. Okay, I'm gonna take control of this aircraft for now. So we already have a bit of a deviation. I'm also gonna take control of the throttles. So we are a bit high now on the... I'm not sure what the deviation is referring to actually. Is it the approach one, or I'm gonna assume it's the approach one. But you can see with the yellow lights, right, that we are a bit too high. A bit of a crosswind, minor though, so we might have to crab a bit to the right since we're flying into the wind. Technically I guess this should be set to our to the what's it called, to the go around altitude, right? Okay, let's see now. Okay, I shouldn't be tweaking with that one. Okay, let's see, it's still looking fine. We don't have any automation on, so I guess that's working in our favor now.
500.
I guess the problem was that I clicked at the altitude, right? I should just set it
400.
400. Okay, we're a bit off. We're not at minimums yet. Okay, now we're at the minimums. 300. Okay, a bit of weird. I need to check the altitude for this airport. 200.
100.
100.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Okay. We came down pretty nicely, or good enough. Well, decel, we won't be able to make that.
70 knots.
But we will be able to, I think, backtrack from the runway. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna disarm everything. We're gonna start the autopilot. And we'll turn here on the runway. Should hopefully be fine. And then we'll taxi and park. So yeah, I was able to kind of match the fuel, etc. So even with the restart, it's okay. Good enough at least. We can shut those lights. I'm gonna assume the flap is open, which it was. And we'll taxi here to the stands. And it's looking very nice. Very nice. Maybe we can do the number 3 one. Let's see how that one works. We'll have the Menzies. Oh, well. Doesn't seem like it's working the best way. Okay, we'll have to... Yeah, not sure about this. How are we supposed to not crash into that? But okay. Maybe we're supposed to come in the other direction and turn. I'm just gonna park us here. it will have to do. Oh, I love the commercials. That does add to the immersion. Let's put the parking brakes. Let's actually put flaps full, just because we're gonna want that for the replay. Same with the lights, even though we don't want them on in reality or in actuality. Seatbelt sign we can put off. Still need to open a door, I think. Let's see, we want to get pack X to recognize that we have closed down. But yeah, it's a pretty good freeware one, this one. I think it was paver, so that's why it's a bit higher quality. I just need to have a look a bit at the elevation. So I just noticed that it's some strange plateau. It's not too bad though, so might be fine to keep as is. Let's have a look here at the engines. They are turning off. Is it something else that I... Now we have the deboarding, so end flight 255, that's fine. A complete flight was detected. Fire rep was filed. And I'm just gonna check before we do the... or watch the replay. I'm just gonna check that it looks so right, and it does. Soon I'm gonna be a Class D captain, and it's only 5 hours until I can fly the A321s and 757s for the lovely Fly UK. So still some ways to go, and let's do the instant replay. 360. We were not flying at our best. I'm sorry with the whole crash. I kinda went out of the... Oh, it was only the sounds that I've... okay, but now we have them on. But yeah, it kind of threw me off track. Oh, look at that, we can see the flaps down. That's always nice. Does help a bit with the replays. So yeah, something, as you can see, these trees, should maybe look into if I can tweak them or remove them. They don't seem to have any textures, or maybe it's because I'm too far away. They do seem to have textures once you get closer. Could also be to just remove them. They might be a specific BGL file. And here you can see the weird elevation thing I was talking about. It's not that big of a difference. It could just be because of how it's aligned with the rest. P3D is not that good in getting kind of different heights. Okay, let's have a look at the landing. Did we... we overshot a bit, but we got down okay, almost at the center line. So yeah, pretty good, pretty decent. Definitely not the best flight ever, but not the worst one either. Fun also to fly to Hamilton for the first time, at least in P3, in P3D. I think I did a flight with in X-plane from Hamilton, or to Hamilton if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching. Sorry for all the little bugs, etc. But we made it. We got the flight tracked as well, so that's good. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I probably won't do any requests for flights. Still have a few. I think I'm gonna do one Walker Air, one Bonn Air, one UK direct flight that I still need to do, and one Atlantic Sun Airways. So I still have 4 more flights until I depart for some vacation, but let's see. Maybe when I'm back I'll have more time if there's any requests for specific routes. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching and bye bye.